folks. Driving home today from the office, waiting for the little thing to come up to tell me that my live stream quality is terrible. Like I need YouTube to tell me that the quality of my live stream is awful. Chewing some gum because I'm thirsty as all heck and don't have anything to drink right now, so smacking on some gum, which will make it even that much more pleasant for everyone here. Mr. Mark Fun Jones. Sparring my thoughts. How's everybody doing today? Gonna wait a couple more seconds just in case anyone else cares to join us right now, and then go off to talk about the state of YouTube. Elsewhere 50. What is up? Tampa J. Sparring! What's up, dude? And of course, Jackie BK. Super enthused. What's up? Let's talk YouTube for a couple minutes, shall we? The state of YouTube. Now we know the bottom of YouTube, but now we got the state of YouTube. And now we also have Greg Stott joining us on the live stream. What's up, brother? You getting hit with all those Canadian storms that I keep hearing about? I'm sure you did, one level or the other. How's it looking up in your neck of the woods? So, I don't know, chewing gum is so rude when I'm trying to talk, but state of YouTube. Kind of crazy the last several weeks. No real shock or surprise that things got to where they have. Obviously, most people who are YouTube aficionados know that there's been some changes recently. Demonetization has swept the land. Anyone who had less than 1,000 subscribers and I want to say it's something like 4,000 hours worth of cumulative viewing time in the last year has been demonetized. That means I have been demonetized, which is fine. Wasn't really doing this for money, which is good because I wasn't making any. I'd make a couple bucks a month, literally, and you only get a payout when you hit 100. Every $100 you get a payout, so doesn't really affect me at all. Other than I do wonder a little bit about whether or not YouTube continues to push your videos out and the suggested videos if you're not monetized, because they don't really have anything to gain at that point. YouTube says that they are not penalizing the demonetized videos, and potentially true. I do know that there's a lot of anecdotal evidence and some stuff I've noticed on my own that points that might not be entirely the case, but well, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not here for the money, because I assure you nobody wants to give it to me anyways. But it's caused some ripples. There's a lot more angry YouTubers out there. Now, it should be pointed out that the pool that we were all in got really polluted probably in the last, let's call it 9 months to 12 months. There's a lot of people that jumped into it kind of late in the game. I got serious-ish about YouTube a little over a year ago. Call it probably December of 2016 is when I kind of turned things a little bit. Before that, I'd done 13 videos, something like that, spread over a year. Exploring has been around since 2015. Didn't do a whole lot with it. You know, a video here and there. Very, very rough. Wasn't really any editing. No effects, no editing, not much of anything. About December 2016, I started doing a little bit more with it. And that's when a lot of my friends really got into it. Adventures by George, Nola Deej, Mr. Mark Fun Jones, Craig the Scottish Guy. I think Chris the Shriner Dog might have actually been around a little bit before that. But they got into it Greg had been dabbling a little bit, but not too much. But they got into it around December, January. Negro Orlando, Sean, jumped into it right around then, maybe slightly after that because he moved to Orlando. And then suddenly there's this glut that came through. like June, July, this huge number of YouTubers jumped into it. And a lot of it was really cool because we had some really cool content that was suddenly flowing. We had a lot of people who were exploring places that had never really been viewed before. I mean, people like me keep going to Disney over and over and over again. In my case, there's three reasons. I love it. I love Disney. I'll say I'm a 39-year-old guy that likes Disney. Disney parks. Don't much care for the movies and all that, but the other reason is I'm in Orlando. That's what's here. And I've got season passes again for my family. So it doesn't cost me anything. And if I'm being entirely honest, YouTube is a very small portion of my life. I have a full-time career and everything, so it's kind of hard to find time to go off and do more. I'm not an Adam or a Jacob or a Justin or Tim or any of these other big namers that that have the time to go look at this stuff. And I know Tim's got a job as well, so I don't know how he makes it work. But you look at the Adams and the Jacobs and the Justins and all those folks. This is their career. It's not mine. Greg, you heading off, buddy? Or are you just saying that? Because it's always good to hear you chat too, sir. So I do a lot of adventures. What's up, dude? I do a lot of Disney. That's fun. But there's a lot of other YouTubers that started up last year that were checking out cool places that we don't usually see. You could see Alma, for instance, in Yeuna checking out the desert, which nobody does the desert except for her. I'm sure there's a few other people, but I don't see them, which is always cool. Who's got the map? Love your Disney vids, Ryan. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's something that we need to go explore together. And just let me know when you're around and we will do that. But regardless, there's people like Chris the Shriner Dog. He's up in Utah. How many people do you know that are vlogging Utah? I'm not saying that to make fun of Utah. Like, oh, there's nothing in Utah other than tumbleweeds and it's just. Let's face it. There's 15 of us Disney vlogs for every Utah guy that's out there, and I'm probably being too charitable by even saying that. But the pool just got really, really deep with vloggers over the summer. And suddenly we got these idiots, and I'll say he's an idiot, like Jake Paul gets up there, and he videotapes a suicide victim. And whether he will ever admit it to it or not, anyone who's in the video knows that he was joking around about it. And he crapped the bed. Now, I'm from... Ooh. Sorry, just passed the dead dog on the road. That'll mess you up for a while. I'm from a city called Westlake. It's in Ohio. It's a suburb of Cleveland. Apparently, I didn't realize this until after Jake Paul got himself in trouble. Jake Paul is also from Westlake, Ohio, and went to the same high school that I did. There were quite a few years separating Mr. Paul and myself, as I am considerably older than he is, and I would hope wiser, as I would never do what he did. But he wasn't the first one to do something incredibly stupid on YouTube. He's just probably the biggest name to do it. And boy, did he ever go for the gold ring on that one. He filmed a dead body and joked around about a suicide victim. And at that point, the house of cards started tumbling. YouTube was already demonetizing people left and right. They were already changing all their rules. And they've already had some problems because, white supremacists and other groups were polluting the system. And YouTube was looking for any reason they could to get out of the monetization game. No way around it. They wanted out. Out of the game that they had built, at least. They still want to monetize, but just not that kind. So Jake Paul does his stupid thing, and that gives him the excuse. And they take monetization, and they throw it out the window for the smaller YouTubers. Which is all well and good. We all know that the smaller YouTubers weren't really the ones that were causing the problems, but whatever. It changes things up. Suddenly we got everyone and their mother who is being demonetized complaining about how it's taken away this huge source of income, which if you get less than 1,000 subscribers and less than 4,000 hours of view time, you're not making really any money on YouTube anyways. So I'm not sure why everyone's complaining so much. Everyone's crying, everyone's complaining, talking about how bad it is. They're not going to do this anymore. That's great. You were doing it for like 3 months. And I've never heard of you before, generally. So, it's, I'm with a group called the Vlogging Crew on Facebook, and it is a place for vloggers, generally up-and-coming vloggers, or just, you know, the real amateurs, to get together with some of the more established folks and learn from each other. It's not a dumping ground for, you know, hey, check my video out, subscribe to me. It's a place where people can ask questions and share concerns. But I'm an admin over there, so I see a lot of the stuff that comes through, and a lot of people are suddenly popping up there complaining about it. I hate YouTube. YouTube screwed me. You know, what am I going to do now after all the trouble I went through over the last 3 months? Now I'm not going to make any money for at least another 6 months if I keep busting my ass. So, the problem with that is it's so demotivating. It takes the wind out of everybody else's sails. I mean, if you're going to be on YouTube just to be there. Be on there because either you got a message you want to share. Be on there because you got a gift you want to share with the world. Be on there because you want the camaraderie, because you want to experience something cool and you want to share it with everybody else. Honestly, be on YouTube because you can't not be on YouTube. If you're just doing it for the money, and you're less than 1,000 subscribers, less than 4,000 cumulative hours of views, you're not going to make money on it anyways. And I hate to tell you this, but for most of us who are getting into the game in 2016, 17, 18, there are exceptions, of course. But most of us are not going to hit it huge because the pool is just way too polluted. I'm looking at the people who are popping up here. Mark Fun Jones. Mark and I have met through YouTube. Lives in Nashville. I drove up to Nashville and met with him. Tampa J and I have hung out several times. Jackie BK and I. We're going to be hanging out next month. It's a good group of people. YouTube is awesome. There's problems with it. Yeah, no doubt about it. The people who run YouTube are Google. Google sells advertising. Google is a giant conglomerate. It's very corporate, and people are like, well, you know, it's taken all the ground levels. There is no ground level with YouTube. YouTube was bought, I want to say like 2005 by Google. It hasn't been a grassroots thing for 13 years. Don't do it for that. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit right now is my channel, specifically. My channel has gained, I want to say, 50 subscribers in the last 3 months, give or take. Let me get rid of that. I was doing considerably better in getting subs before that, and it stopped. And one of the big reasons that it really slowed down is because I stopped putting out content all the time. Like I said, I've got a full-time career that is really my, other than my family, it's really my focus. So I don't get to make content anywhere near as often as I'd like to. My content is maybe once a weekend that I can film. I'm not going to be out at the parks on the weekdays because I've got a job, 9 to 5, 9 to 5:30. I've got to be there because I provide for my family, because I am one of the management team. Management team generally doesn't get to take off to go run around the amusement parks all the time. It would be fun. I'm not knocking people who do that. It's great. But I've got people who rely on me. So if you see me in an amusement park on a Monday through Friday in the afternoon, it means that I have taken off of work and I have had to arrange other people's schedules around my schedule. So I don't film very often. I haven't gone out of town for a long time. The last time I was really out of town and that I filmed was, I want to say, Hurricane Irma. And I was in Tennessee for 4 days. which is right about the last time that my channel was, shooting up. So it's taken a real step back, and I know I would love to put out more content. I would love to get more subscribers, just because I don't care about subscribers. We all care a little bit about subscribers. There's two kinds of caring about subscribers. There's the people who obsess over the subscriber count and they throw it around and, oh, I've got this many, and you don't. That's one kind. And there's the other kind that just likes to see, okay, this amount of people cares enough about what I'm doing that they want to give me an extra view, and they want to be alerted when I make new content, and that feels good. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to have more subscribers for that reason. Couldn't care less about the monetization. I don't think I'm ever really gonna make any money off of YouTube. I don't really care to. I'm not gonna turn down their checks. They want to hand me a check, I'll gladly take your money. But I guess the big point is I have not put out much content lately. I've seen the channel kind of stall out because of that. Do I plan to put more content out there? I'm hoping to. Maybe in April. I'm hoping that a few things loosen up a little bit where I can make more content. But I'll tell you right now, the content that I've been making lately doesn't get as many views as some of the old stuff. Like, obviously, when I hang out with other big name vloggers, I get more subscribers, get more views. That's great. And I appreciate them sharing their platform with me, and their friendship, and the fact that they've helped me, and they've helped me grow the channel, and they've helped me grow what I do. But the content I'm making right now, right now, because this content is boring as hell. I'm just me driving and yakking. But the actual exploring channel stuff that I've put out lately, honestly, I think I love doing that stuff. It's goofy. It's not serious. It's not for everybody. But it's me actually having fun and me doing what I want to do. The Idiot Goes To series. The thing I just did with the Epcot chocolate tour. That to me is fun. That's the kind of content that I make because that's what I would like to watch. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not packing in a huge amount of viewers, but that's probably what I'm going to keep on doing. For those of you that have been following along, I really do appreciate it. For those of you who have subbed or have commented or have just watched, that's huge. I appreciate it. I really do. Those of you that jump on these live streams and chat with me back and forth, and forgive me for not chatting much this time. I'm obviously yakking like crazy. I'm driving, but Mr. Bottom O YouTube jumping on here. What's up? You were referenced at the very beginning of this because I was talking about the state of YouTube. So, and actually, you talk about that Bottom O YouTube, now known as Bottom O, put a video up this morning. Aaron, who now I can throw his name out there, is in the middle of a move, and he put up a video kind of giving his state of the union, why he's not posting as often, and he's another guy that Aaron had this huge growth for a while. I mean, hundreds of subscribers in a month and a half, something like that, and then he backed off the last month and a half, 2 months, something like that, and his channel probably hasn't stagnated the way mine has in terms of viewer count, just stopping. But I know it's not had the same trajectory, but he's in the same boat as me. There's other things going on, and he's making the kind of content that he wants to make. And I guess that's really what I'm getting at here, guys. For those of you who are making content yourself, I'm not going to read what he just said. You're going to see me chuckle if you're watching this post live stream. I'm not going to read what he just said. It's not bad. It's just there's a backstory behind it that I don't want to go into because it's not my story to tell, and I don't know all the details. Everyone is going, is it about me? No, it's not about anybody. It's about his channel. Regardless, if you are in this YouTube world and you are worried about demonetization, you are worried about your subscriber count, you are worried about all this kind of stuff, the only thing I can say to you is, as a guy who has done sadly probably still in the top 5% of YouTube with 550 subscribers. But it's still a tiny fish. Get out there, have some fun with it. Do what you like. Build the community. Trip over your tongue. Act drunk. Drive distracted. Just get out there and have some fun with it. Don't make the content that you think people want to see unless you're actually trying to go for it. In which case, if you're just making a go for it and trying to be a professional YouTuber, that's fine. That's what you want to do. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with being that guy. But just know that once you go down that road, it's not your channel anymore. You can't start going down that road and go, okay, now I've got this huge subscriber base, now I'm going to put out the kind of stuff that I want to do. It doesn't work like that. If you want to get into those big numbers, you have to be willing to take the criticism and to hear everybody's opinion. You don't have to listen. You can walk away from it. But you have to be ready for them to blast you constantly. And for me, it's not worth it. For people who have thicker skin than I do, probably would be. I don't have thick skin. I fight with people online. Because I'm not a good person on that level. Alright, folks. I have rambled on way too long. I'm late to be pulled over for YouTubing in a moving car. So I'm going to say, vaya con queso. I hope you all have a delicious evening. Thank you for subscribing and talking and throwing stuff against the wall. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of this as I go. Poop at the wall. Oh, I throw poop at the wall every day and hope it sticks, and that's my video philosophy. Wow, that's kind of funny. I throw that out there, and that's exactly what Mark is talking about. Kyle Pokeporter, what's up? Guys, I am hoping to get out and do a little exploring on Saturday night. I'm meeting with some friends at one point. I don't think I'm going to be filming that, but I might go out afterwards and, you know, do some exploring by myself. That sounds worse than it was meant to sound, but guys, have a good night. And as soon as I get off of here, Mark Fun Jones is going to go live on his channel. So get there 3 hours early and get yourself a good seat. Peace.